Hello gainers, I'm Ralphie and welcome to my channel called Fit Philosophy, in which I discuss practical, stoic, philosophical stuff based on practical experience and life observations. Right, talking about life observations, I have been observing the human condition recently in a bit more detail, in a little bit more high definition, because I simply have more experience at doing it. And when it comes to learning skills, you can't beat personal, practical experience. There's an awful lot to be said for it in relation to the naivety that one encounters through formal, theoretical qualifications. Yeah. Just examine the evidence for yourself. And something I'm noticing at the moment is an incredible amount of naivety across human society. And it isn't specific to one society or a regional group of societies. It's very generalized and it's very global. And I'm not quite sure what to make of it. I do think there are forces which affect the human condition for which humanoids are very, very ignorant and unaware of. Perhaps in the future there will be less naivety, more awareness, and as a consequence more development and self-confidence within the collective species. But in the meantime, there's a lot of naivety out there and distraction, and as a consequence manipulation. And the one thing that I would say is, at this moment in time in 2022, in the month of May, so we're getting kind of more time specific, it's probably a very good idea to stock up on essential practical resources. Sure, what's left of the global pandemic seems to be getting replaced with something else. It is what it is, whatever your perspective. It's certainly a very real experience for everybody, and it is exposing other circumstances and situations, such as selective food shortages, that we're becoming a little bit more aware of now. But it would probably be a good idea to stock up in some essentials, to seriously cut back on non-essential spending, particularly at a moment in time when a global inflation, not a national inflation, this is global. Things are happening on a global scale, and you need to have that perspective with your view in life. We are, after all, a single global village. All living humanoids on this planet cannot deny it. It's part of the greater evolution of the species, for which I totally get it. There are selective shortages, there is general naivety, there is growing inflation, which is affecting spending power. So we're not looking at one thing in isolation, we're looking at a storm of many factors, and it's going to be a significant storm. But it will pass, I'd like to assure you of that. And one of the things that comes with this storm is a feeling of vulnerability, insecurity, and of course, fear. Fear is a food source for monsters, never forget that. So don't be frightened, don't be afraid, be empowered, self-confident, decisive, take action. It may not be what you really need to take or taking, it may not be what you're taking enough of. But to do something is better than to do nothing and then just sit and wait for the storm to roll right over the top of us. So be empowered, make your plans, put pencil to paper and prioritise essential spending, practical essentials, stock up on it, find ways to reduce your energy bill. These little Little things happening from different directions all add up, and they're going to make things in the future a lot more manageable. And I would conclude by saying, be very careful with your debt. Have as little debt as you possibly can, because the fact is, when you carry debt, you are owned. Do not look at it any other way. That's exactly what it is. With debt, personal debt, someone else controls your life, and don't forget it. I'm Ralphie. I hope you've enjoyed this little monologue, and I will leave you to it with this view. It isn't one of the most impressive views, but it is the natural world, and we should all spend a lot more time out in the natural world, appreciating it for what it is. Life affirming. Bye.